This is a demonstration of the use of VLC Player for streaming. First thing I want to do is open up VLC Player and zoom in a tiny bit. Before actually using it for streaming, let's just use it as a player and make sure that I'm able to play the file that I intend to test with. So here on VLC Player, I click on Media, I click on Open File, and I click on an MPEG file. It's called PSA that I loaded earlier, and we see, most fortunately, that VLC is able to play this piece of video. That's a good thing, and that should be your first test. Make sure that what you intend to stream actually can be opened up by VLC. The next thing we're going to do is use VLC as a streamer. And I will once again open VLC. I will zoom in a tiny bit. I will now go to Media. I will now go to Streaming. Once again, I'm going to choose that same piece of video. That's the video that I'm going to be streaming. It's called PSA. I double click on that. I hit the Stream button down below here. And this shot just confirms, this next window just confirms that that file is loaded up and ready to be streamed. I click the Next button, and here I choose what type of streaming I'm going to perform. I can stream HTTP, which we'll do in a bit, or we can stream UDP, which is what I'm going to demonstrate right now. So I click on UDP. Over here I have the option to display what I'm doing locally. If I want to see what I'm streaming as I'm streaming it, I would click on this button. This computer is fairly powerful, so I should have enough horsepower to display locally and to stream at the same time. I'm going to uncheck Activate Transcoding because I'm not going to be performing transcoding. The file is already a format that does not require transcoding. I then hit Add. Add is where I type in the address or addresses of the target machines I intend to stream to using UDP. I will type in 192.168.1.5, which is a Mac machine on my home network here. And I will type in port 8080. That's the port on the Mac that I'm going to be streaming to. If this was the only device I was going to be streaming to, then I would then move on to the next step and hit Next. If I had another machine I wanted a UDP stream to, I would click this button here, and I would then have the opportunity to load a second target machine's address into this area. But I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to be streaming to a single machine, 192.168.1.5. Again, no transcoding. I hit Next. I am at this last screen here where I am being told that all of my entries look to be correct. I'm sending UDP to 192.168.1.5 port 8080. I've chosen to display locally, etc., etc. I'm going to increase the time to live to about 5, even though I don't need to. Time to live is an indication of how many routers the stream is going to pass through. In my home, it's only one router, but on a larger network, it might be as many as 10 or 15. So let's just put this up to a real-life number like 7 or 8. I'm now going to hit the Stream button. When I do that, and because I have chosen to display locally, I can actually see what it is I'm streaming, and down at the bottom here of the window, it tells me that I am streaming. The next thing we're going to do is go to the machine that we're streaming to and make sure that we can open up this stream. So here we are on the 192.168.1.5 Macintosh machine that I set things up to stream to in the other room. I open up VLC, and on the Mac, VLC has got a slightly different graphical user interface, but all in all, it's the same deal. Up at the top, I hit File, I hit Open Network. I hit Open Network, and I type in Let me zoom in on this because the syntax is a bit odd. Because I'm sending a UDP stream, I type in UDP : / the @ and why isn't that working? The because I'm hitting the wrong key. The @ / 8080. UDP : / @ 8080. I then hit open, and what we see right here is the stream that's coming from my other machine. And what's really nice about VLC is that I can resize the window. That's not possible with Digital Nirvana. If you try to resize the window, you actually start cropping the video. So that's a demonstration of UDP streaming from one machine to another.
Sweetie, is it time for the dancing girls? 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Now, if you don't see the stream on the target machine, it's interesting to open up Wireshark, which is what I'm going to do now. Open up Wireshark and see what's happening on my network interfaces. And so I go to my interface list, and I choose the capture on my NIC card, and what we see momentarily is confirmation that I am streaming successfully from 192.168.1.8 to 192.168.1.5. That is what I wanted to see. This confirms, if I didn't have another machine to look at, if it was on the other side of the country, this confirms that I am UDP streaming from one device, 192.168.1.8, to my target device, 192.168.1.5. I'm now going to give a quick demonstration of HTTP streaming, which allows multiple stations, multiple computers on a network to watch a single stream. Again, UDP is a machine-to-machine protocol. HTTP streams can be picked up by any machine that looks for the HTTP address, but again, your source machine needs to be powerful enough to serve out as many streams as people are going to be looking for. So that's why you have to choose a fairly hefty machine for streaming in the first place, if you intend for more than 2 or 3 different parties, different machines to be on the recipient end of your stream. So here, I'm on the Mac. It's like I say, it's a different interface. I'm going to go to File. I'm going to go to Streaming. I'm going to go Stream to Network, and I'm going to hit Next. At this point, I've got some video that I'm going to stream. It's not that PSA, it's something else. I hit Next. Here, I decide if I'm going to be streaming UDP or HTTP. As I just said, we're going to be streaming HTTP. I hit Next. Do I want to transcode from this machine? No, I don't need to transcode. I hit Next once again. Encapsulation format, MPEG program stream is what we're going to choose here. I hit Next. Time to live we'll leave as 6. I hit Next again. Here's a summary of what I'm doing. I'm streaming HTTP. I hit Finish. And if life is good, then if I go to a different machine on my network, I should be seeing this HTTP stream. So I'm going to do that in just a moment. Okay, we're now on another machine on my network. We're not specifically UDP streaming to this machine, but rather, as you saw before, I chose to HTTP stream. I open up VLC. I go to File, Open Network. I already have typed in from previous tests. I'm choosing to open up an HTTP stream coming from machine 192.168.1.5 port 8080. I click OK, and if all goes well, in a couple of seconds, hopefully, we will see, as we do, the material that I am streaming from 192.168.1.5 in the other room. So again, in summary, you can UDP stream multiple streams to different target devices. You need those target devices' IP addresses and have port numbers to stream to. Or you can HTTP stream, which allows any device on the network to find their way back to your source machine. They need to know your source IP address. And once they do, if they open up the network and go to the source IP address, they can then see your stream. So there are two ways of doing it. Thank you very much. See you soon.